today we're going to be making these earrings. We're not going to be using these beads because they're smaller, so I want to use bigger beads. These are crystals, and then these are 13-0 seed beads. They're smaller than the 15-0s. I get these from Wire Weaved Uniques. I'm going to put a link in her whatnot shop so that you can get them. She's got various colors available. Then the earring wire and the jump rings are made by Autumn Leaf 713. She makes beautiful copper pieces. So I'm going to also put a link on the description with her whatnot shop. So this is what we're going to be making, but we're going to be using Czeck fire polished beads. They're a little bit bigger. These are 4 millimeters. The ones I just showed you are 3 millimeters. We're going to use 11-0 seed beads. Then we need the earring wires, the jump ring. We need scissors. I used the Fireline microfuse braided bead thread, 4 pound. Then you're going to need tweezers. Sorry, not tweezers. Now I forgot the name. Pliers to put on the jump ring and the earring wire. So these are the supplies you need to make this project. So let me put the pliers on the side. Then I'm going to put the earring wires and the jump ring on the side. We'll put the thread on the side. And then I have a size 12 needle. I usually use the size 12 because I use little beads, but this one they're a little bit bigger, so you could use another size. And then let me put the scissors aside. So the first thing we're going to do is make the little hoop right here that will hold the jump ring. So I'm going to be experimenting because these beads are bigger. So I'll show you how I come up with how many beads I'm going to use. So I'm going to start with picking up, these are bigger, maybe 8. For the little ones, I picked up 10. So I'm going to need 2 more. Just make it big enough for the jump ring to go through it. So we have 4. So 8. And then what you do is you're going to bring it to the kind of like the end of your thread. You're going to form this loop. Then you're going to take the needle and put it through it. Because you basically, what you want to do is do like a little knot. And then I like to do it twice because it's more secure. That's called the surgeon's knot. And that will form the little loop you want to put in the jump ring, so you can attach the earring wire. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through it one more time for securing purposes. Just making sure that you can see it on the camera. Just going through it one time. Oops, got caught. And then here, and then you're going to end up again where you have the short end of the thread. We're going to tie it again. I'm a little bit OCD about securing, so we'll put it through one more time. And there you go. You have and then you can take the scissors and cut real close the short thread. So we have the loop right there. So what I do is I put 3 seeds at spacers in between each of the Czeck fire polish beads. So we're gonna put 6. 1, 3. So the idea is for it to lay right under there. I may put 5 so it's not too long, because these are bigger than these crystals. And by the way, these crystals I got from Tam's Creative Journey, and I will also put a link of her Whatnot shop in the description. These are 3 millimeters. So 3 millimeters, and these are 4. Okay. So now I have the 5 beads. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to experiment, because with these smaller beads, both the crystals being small and the seed beads being small, I put 6 on each side. So let's see what looks best for this one. I'm going to start with 4 and see how that goes around. Again, you could always go through, if you're a mathematical person, you may find it. You might find a formula, but I'm just going to try it out to see. Okay, so it looks like I should probably put 1 more. So I'm going to put it back through. So maybe 5 is the magic number. Let's see. You're not going to want to tighten this too much, because you want to have space to go in between each bead. So now that I'm going to secure it, I'm going to hold it so it doesn't slide. And I'm going to put it through from the bottom of the Czeck polish. And you bring it down. So I think I may need 2 more for this top one. Let me try it again. And this is how I do it. I experiment and see what looks good. For the top one, sometimes I have to add another one after I've done this. So let me see. Let me try this. Again, it's perfectly all right to take it apart if you have to. Okay, so I think that's more like it. So let me do 5 for the other side. And let's see. Now again, I'm going to go from the bottom and come up. So that looks good. Now I'm going to add a bead here. We're still going to go with 5 and 5, because remember you have the spacer beads, but I'm just going to add one to fill in that little spot there. I'm going to go around to secure that first one. You can't put it through here, because you want to come over to this side to secure that also. Put it through the one you added. Now you got to take a look and say, okay, how does that look? Does that look okay? I am seeing here, and remember, it's about it looking good, so you can, you can make adjustments even after you've threaded it. You see this little bead sticking out here? Is that little bead going to be sticking out all the time, or is it just doing that now because it's not falling into place? There you go. So, okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the needle through the Czeck bead. Move this out of the way. Put it through there. And then you're going to put it through the three that are the spacing between, I'm tongue-tied, between the check glass beads. Do not pull too tight because it'll start curving, so make sure that you're not doing that. So now we have that. So now we're going to pick up 5. And we're going to come from the top to the bottom. Then you're going to come back up. Oops. I'm trying to remember now how I did this. I'm going to come from the top to the bottom. That's nice placement there. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to go from the bottom, from the top to the bottom. And the idea is for you to end up here so you can go down those 3 spacer beads. Oh, look at what I did. Oh my God. Wait, I gotta go back. I gotta remove. I did not secure that. So let me see. So I'm gonna have to do this, guys. I'm gonna have to take the needle out so I can get that out. My mistake. But I'm not gonna edit this out because it's a good thing for you to see the mistakes. So we need 1, 2, 3. So we gotta take one more out. It's not bad for you guys to see the mistakes. So let me thread the needle. So I should not have added so many. So we have 5, right? So now we're going to put it through here from the top to the bottom. And then we're going to pick up 5. And we're going to come from, oops, I dropped one. We're going to come from the top to the bottom again. As I mentioned, you want to end up here so you can go through the 3 spacer beads. Okay, here we go. So there you have that. Now we're going to put it through the 3 spacer beads all the way through the check glass bead. And that's how it's looking so far. Okay. Then we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're going to put it from the top to the bottom through the check glass bead. And then we're going to pick up 5. And we're going to go from top to bottom again. Oh my God, I didn't pick up the beads. See, this happens all the time, guys, because I am a little bit of a scatterbrain. Just a little bit of a scatterbrain. I didn't pick up the beads. Oh boy, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is the top, so we're putting it from the top to the bottom, coming out of the check fire polish bead. Again, trying to end up right here so we can go through these beads. Again, going through the 3 spacer beads and through the check fire polish bead. Then we'll pick up another 5. See, it's quite simple. 2, 3, 4, 5. Top to bottom again. We're going to pick up another 5. Top to bottom. I just make sure the thread is going this way. Okay, and the beads do that, but once we secure the others, put more check glass beads on the sides, you'll see how that won't happen. So again, 5, top to bottom. Oops. Butterfingers. We got the 5. I'm gonna put it through the top, and I'm saying the top because that's where the ear wire. I mean, we're going towards the top. Sorry. So here, come this way. We're going towards the top. Again, move this over here. So we've come to the end. This is what it's looking like now. Okay, we've come to the end. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit more securing, making the little loop stronger, because it's going to be holding the jump ring and the ear wire. So go through it a couple of times. Oops. Go through it a couple of times so you can secure it. This thread is strong, but it's not, you know, wear and tear is always a problem. So I just want to make sure that it's at least run a couple, 2-3 times through this so we can and sometimes this does happen. I'm going to do this one here is a little tight, the little hole's a little tight, so we'll do one at a time. When that happens, that's what you do. Don't try to do too many. Okay, then I'm going to come through the 3 spacer beads. So I went through this 3 times. And here you have the little loop ready to go. Okay, so now we're going to put beads in between here, and what I decided to do is to use 3 millimeters instead of using the 4 millimeters, and see how that looks. I think it's going to be cute. Let me get them out of there. Okay, so we got to make it to here. Okay, and I think I'm going to put I'm going to go to between the first bead and the second bead closest to the spacer beads, and then put in the 3 millimeter, and then put the needle through again the first bead and the second bead, and that way let's see how that looks. Again, we're going to test it out. I'm going to put them through these beads now. And here is the first bead and the second bead, so I'm going to come out of the second one, the second to last. Okay, and then I'm going to take the 3 millimeter, and then you're going to see here is the first bead next to the spacer beads, so it's going to come in between the first and the second, and we'll see how that looks, and we can make an adjustment if we need to. What do you think? Let's see. If I wanted to be closer to the spacer beads, I could do that, but I'm afraid it's going to start bending it. So I'm going to stick to this. Okay, so now we're going to continue. And we're going to go to come out of the second to last bead. Then we're going to get the 3mm bead. And again, go between the first and the second. Oops. And here you go. So that's how it's starting to look, guys. We're going to go again between the first and the second. There. I'm going to pick up another one. And then we're going to jump over to here. This is the first. And now we're going to go in between that, the first and the second again. And you know what? I didn't pick up the bead. So let me go back. Please work. I forgot to pick up the bead. And first and second. So you want to be consistent. Once you decide where you want it, you got to be consistent with it, okay? So here's the, we're going to come in here through the first and the second. And now you can start putting a little bit of tightness in here. It's bending a little bit, but it'll straighten out when we put the other side. And I like it. I like the combination of the bigger bead and the smaller bead. So here we are. Well, here's the first and the second. In between those two. Okay. In between those two. Okay. And now we're going to go around this last one to make it to the other side so we can do the same on that side. There we go. Go all the way around. It's raining. All the way. And then you're going to go again in between the first and the second on this side. Okay, so there you go. Now let's come here. Again, now we're going to go between the first and the second. And it could have a little curve, that's fine. I think they're cute when they have a little bit of a curve. I think they're really cute. Did I do that right? Let me see. Between the first and the second. Again, you could have used the same size beads here. I mean, that would have been fine. And here we are putting the last one. There we go. And it's got a cute little curve. I like that. I think that if we would have used the bigger beads on the outside, the 4mm, it may not have curved. I don't know, possibly. But here you go. You have it right there. Isn't that adorable? So then I'm going to put it again through the 3 beads here. I want to bring that together. There you go. Oh, they are adorable. I love it. So I'm going to put it through here again. if it allows you to, because again, reinforcing this is a good thing. Remember, don't pull too hard. Don't pull too hard. And I'm going to put it, instead of going through this bead, I'm going to put it through here to have that little bead stick out. Here we have, this is the one where it was a little bit hard to get it through, so we'll do it one at a time. And then what happens is that that thread will go behind there. And see how it kind of sticks up? I like that look a lot. Again, let's put it through here. These are really cute. Put it again through the 3 spacer beads. Don't pull too tight. You don't want things to start curving too much. And then I'm going to put it through the check glass bead. Okay. Put it through there. And then I'm going to look for the threads that are coming out of that bead and put it underneath those threads. You see, like that. You want to grab hold of those threads, because what we're going to do now is we're going to do a little knot. So we're going to put it once through the little loop. We're going to put it again, because we want to do a surgeon's knot. And then you just pull on it, right? Then you're going to put it through the 3 spacer beads. Through the 3 spacer beads. Again. You're going to put it through the check glass. And if you wanted to, you could do another knot there, but I'm not going to. I think this is secure enough. And then you lay it down. Then you take the scissors and you cut. If you have a thread burner, use your thread burner the closest to here. So there's your earring. Now, what we're going to do is put on the earring wire. So we have the earring wire, and then we have the jump ring. We're going to need 2 pliers. You're going to take the earring wire. You never ever open earring wires pulling from, you know, in the opposite direction. You always open them like this. You put one here, and then you move this way or the other way to open enough so you can put it through the little loop that we made. And then we're going to put in the earring wire, and then we're going to close it in the same manner, because you don't want the earring wire to lose its shape. So here you go. There it is. Done. Isn't that cute? Again, this is the original one I did, and I really like this. I'm going to make the other one. It's not cooperating with me in this thing. Let me get it out of there. This is the difference. Here we use 3mm beads. Here we use 4mm on the inside, and then we use 3mm on the outside. Here we use the 3mm throughout, and we use 13O beads, and these are 11O beads. So that's the difference if you want to make it bigger or smaller. And again, the bigger beads you use, the bigger it will look, wider and even longer. So these are the differences between the two. So again, you can have, it can be Czeck fire polish, it can be round beads, it can be, you know, really any bead you want. You can use the same size for the inside or the outside. You can do like I did, the 4mm and 3mm here. Then you can use the seed beads that you want. These are 11Os, and for the other one I used, and let me see if they're here. No, they're not, so I can't show them to you. They are way smaller than this. And then you need the pliers, so that you can open and close the jump rings to put in the ear wire. Scissors, and then of course the fire line. You can use any brand you like. I use Fireline or Wildfire. I use the 4-pound and the 6-pound. Those are the two that I use the most. Just the 4-pound for the smaller beads, and the 6-pound for the bigger beads. And of course your needles. So that's it, guys. So thank you very much for joining me. I am going to put in the description the link to my social media. It is a LinkedIn link where you can access all my social media. You can Facebook, Poshmark, and whatnot, the platforms I sell in, Instagram, what's the other one? TikTok, Facebook. It will all be there. I'm also going to put a link to Wire Weaved Uniques, where I got these tiny little 13O beads. These are from the 1980s. Then I'm also going to put a link to where I got these little crystal beads, Tam's Creative Journey. And then I'm going to put a link to these beautiful ear wires and jump rings that are made by Autumn Leaves 713. All good friends of mine. I don't get paid for that. I just want to shout them out because I did use their products. So thank you very much, guys. I didn't tell you, but my name is Libby, and I am a bead weaver. I've been doing this for 10 years. If there's anything, guys, that you want me to do a how-to video on, put it in the comments, and if I can do it, I'd be happy to do it for you. I want to start making more videos on YouTube, how-to videos, to get this going again, because I was out for a little bit, but now I'm back. So I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate any constructive criticism. I am not a videographer, so the video is not perfect. I'll try to edit as much as I can, but I like it to be raw. So it's not going to be a lot of editing, only maybe, you know, focusing in on what I'm doing with the lens and stuff like that, but everything else will stay the same. So again, please, if you like this video, like it. If you like my content, if you look at my other content and you like it, please subscribe and you will be notified every time I put in a new video. I'd really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Have a great day. See you soon.